Yes, we're back. We're back again in Train Sim. We're back again down on the Riviera Line. And we're back again in a pacer. Yep, one of my favourite trains in the game, in the favourite part of the country. Yeah, this is going to be a good one. Grab that guidebook to all things pacery. And let's go. So yes, hi there, Steve here, and welcome back to Train Sim. Yes, back in a pacer again. It's been, well, not very long actually since we were last in one, and this time back down on one of my favourite parts of the country. Yes, down on the Riviera, and it's going to be an interesting journey. I do absolutely adore the pacer, and yeah, this is one of my go-to parts of the country for a little breakaway. So, driver, today you'll be driving a 143 along the coast. Careful when you get to Newton Abbot. There is a delayed service that will be running in front of you. Keep an eye out for red and yellow signals and be prepared to stop. So here we are in the awesomeness that is Dawlish, and better let our passengers on board. And yes, in the pacer as well. Pop some lights on and get ready to depart soon. So yes, Dawlish down to Paignton, a brilliant part of the country, and yeah, you can't be going along the coast in a pacer. What could be better? Let's pop it in forward. This, to me though, a little bit modern. Recently spent 8 hours in a pacer going from Paddington down to Penzance. So yes, this little hop along the coast is going to be nothing compared to that. Alright, let us begin. And make our way. So yes, down on the English Riviera, a beautiful part of the country, especially in the summer. Or we can stop for an ice cream. If you're new to my videos, then welcome indeed. Train Sim continuing on the channel in 2020, along with content from OMSI, from Fernbus, from Tourist Bus, some flight, and some random stuff chucked in there as well. So plenty of stuff from me. Train Sim, though, certainly becoming more and more of a part of my gaming, and it will be of my YouTube and live streaming content as well. And absolutely love this line. And yes, being a bit odd that I am, really do like a pacer as well. So, however, you know, time that I spent recently was in the 142, not in the 143. So yeah, it's getting used to where things are in this one, including the cab light. But we will cope through that. So 60 mile an hour limit that we're in. We've got 2 miles to go to Taymouth, and head along to Paignton, which is somewhere that I spent a lot of time on holiday as a child. But yeah, pacer, absolutely brilliant. So back the power off, because we've got a 60 coming up, and then Taymouth coming up just down the line. I just love the fact that we've got this dirty window. Okay, I'm a bit too short maybe to see out of it, but the way that you get that sense of, I don't know, the feeling of realism that you get from these sort of sims. You know, we've got the sea crashing against the beach. It's just awesome. It really is awesome. The noise you get, the feeling that you get. So we've got a 60 coming up, and not long to go. We've got a green, thankfully. So it's Newton Abbot's where it's going to start getting interesting, where we're likely to come up against some slow traffic. Oh, train coming the other way. Start slowing our way down I'd always end up slowing up too early. But yeah, this feels really modern to me. So after spending a long time as I did in the 142, okay, I might have to go a bit full service on this one. So obviously this ends a platform not being used. A little bit overgrown. Make our way down here. To stop at Teignmouth. Yeah, I really, really do like the Pacer. It's one of those, if I can say it, Marmite trains. But for me, really nice. So our route then today takes us from Teignmouth, Newton Abbot, Totnes, Torquay, and then Paignton. And Teignmouth being the first stop, and actually looks nice and seasidey. I love the fact, which is why I spend most of my content in the UK now in Train Sim, because I get to know the places, which is all part of it. It's all that sense of knowing where you are. And off we go, 5 miles to Newton Abbot. Yes, it hasn't quite got the turbo noise that we were getting from the 142, but I just know it does sound really nice. There's an 80 limit coming up. I think that might be a tad optimistic for us. I don't think we're going to quite get to 80. Yeah, maximum speed 75 miles an hour for this. But do really like the Pacer. Do really absolutely love this line. Not only in Train Sim, but in real life as well. A beautiful part of the country. So an 80, then a 90 coming up. Slightly optimistic. But doesn't it look great? It's just an awesome little thing. I say you either like the Pacer or you don't. For me, I am a huge fan of a DMU. I do love a noisy diesel. Not so keen on electric stuff, and for me, yeah, I'll quite happily trundle along the lines of Britain in a DMU, and I'd be really happy. We've still got greens. It's not going to be till Newton Abbot that things should start getting interesting. So yeah, one thing I love about Train Sim is the variety of parts of the world that you can travel in, the variety of tracks, scenarios and trains. It's great to be able to jump into something new and go, okay, how does this all work then? You know, there's still a couple of trains that I struggle to start. You know, I struggle to get moving because of the things that you've got to do. So you've got to learn about them, and it just that makes it really great. It's not arcadey. That's the joy of simulation, you know, which is why, you know, the genre that I spend all of my time in are sims. It's the fact that it's not a case of just pick it up and go. It's you've got to learn how to start them. You've got to learn how to set them up. it becomes a real challenge. Okay, so here's the first of those yellows then. So we're going to slow ourselves down. We have got a 60 coming up and then down to a 40. I will bring myself all the way down speed-wise, as that was a single yellow, which then did change to a double as we went through. So we could end up getting a red or a single yellow down here. So we will slow ourselves down. So there is a delayed service in front of us. Another train coming the other way. Okay, here's my binoculars. So that's double yellows. So we'll continue on at a slightly slower speed, just in case. We're going to get another AWS warning now. Press the right key would help. So this is going to put us a bit back time-wise, although no, not too bad. So double yellows. So the next one could be a single yellow. Just try and maintain this sort of speed as we come into Newton Abbot. And just see what this next signal gives us. We've got single yellow. So the next one could be a red. So we'll keep the speed down and be prepared to stop before we come into the station. A few nice little sidings over here. So we've got a 40 limit coming up, although we're doing well under that. As we make our way in, being prepared to stop. It looks like that could be a single yellow down there again as well. So that delayed service could be causing us some problems, as expected. Yeah, single yellow and a track change. So slow ourselves down a bit to come into Newton Abbot. Roughly on time. End up about 30-40 seconds late. I just love the noise and the feel and the sound. And in we come. Passengers on the platform, hopefully excited to be travelling on a pacer today. One of the things I certainly want to do in real life in 2020 is go travel on one, because I've yet to do that. Okay, there we go. That our next passengers on. So that's Newton Abbot then, and next is Totnes, then Torquay, and then arrival into Paignton. Paignton, one of those wonderful little seasidey towns. It doesn't seem to have changed since the 70s or 60s. You walk down the seafront and it's exactly the same as it was. Right, so get prepared to leave. Timeless penalty, always good. So another yellow. So we definitely got that delayed service in front of us. So we will be prepared to stop. So we won't quite go full speed. Just in case the next one's a red. Which is just coming up down here. So Tor, actually not Totnes. I don't know why I said Totnes. Tor. I was thinking Totnes. I did think geographically that it's the other side, on the way down towards Plymouth. So I thought, okay, we're coming on a bit of a strange loop, but yeah, it's Tor. So we'll keep the speed down a little bit, just until we see what this next signal's doing for us. So tracks change. Let's see what we've got down here. Is that a red? It looks like a red. Yeah, okay, we've got a red light. So that's that service holding us back in front. So we'll slow ourselves down towards the red. It's just those noises, the sounds you get, the sense of immersion that you just don't get with any other genre of gaming. And the fact that it's an awesome little pacer is just brilliant. Absolutely love it. So love this part of the country. Oh, there we go. We've got a green. And off we go. So 4.14 miles to go to Tor. It's the fact that that's why I like DMUs, is that you get that just sort of sense of, I don't know, urbanness, of that sort of wanting to build up speed slowly. And you know, I know electrics are the way things are going. I know a lot of the Pacers are being scrapped around the country and being withdrawn from service, you know, in lieu of more fuel efficient and accessibility efficient trains, because these things, you know, aren't great for accessibility. I can see that. You know, seating wise, this is a rather posh 143, so you've got proper seats and everything, rather than being bus seats as they were. You know, interior, it's a bit too modern for me. I'm more of a fan of the, I'm speeding, of the 142 than the 143. Oh, lost some points there. We have got a 60 coming up. So keep an eye on those signals. We've also got a slight incline coming up as well. Yeah, this is definitely up in the modern age. So having spent 8 hours in the 142, going from Paddington to Penzance, this is luxurious now. But really do like this line and this route. Right, 60 limit. So I spent a lot of time here when I was younger, down here holidaying around sort of Goodrington and Torquay and Paignton. So really fond memories of the area. Spent weekends down there as well, and Certainly the way that the train line cuts through Paignton. Paignton's train station comes in next to the steam, sort of the heritage line that runs next to the train station. It's just awesome. Good old level crossing going across the high street. You've got to go up over the bridge to go around it. I just love standing there when the level crossing comes down. That's pretty cool. Another one that's similar for me is Poole down in Dorset, where again you've got the train line that cuts across the middle of the pedestrianised section. So you're wandering along doing your shopping, and all of a sudden you've got to wait for the train. Frustrating, I should imagine, if you're a local, excuse me, and you're trying to get somewhere. But when you're down there on a day out or on holiday, and you've got to stand and wait for the train, it's brilliant. Right, single yellow again then. So we've definitely got that delayed service in front of us. So we will bring the speed down, just so we can be prepared to stop. So we'll bring it down to roughly half line speed. So 1.7 miles to go to Tor. Even the trackside that you get, the effort and time that you can see people have put into creating these areas, and then the scenarios. We've got a 45 coming up, so let myself slow down a little tiny bit more, just in case, because around this corner there's going to be another signal that may or may not be red. We're roughly on time for our arrival into Tor. So back off the power, use our binoculars to it's just that noise. Just awesome. Really, really awesome. I'll get another AWS warning now, aren't we? And we got a yellow, so we can speed up a little bit. So we continue at roughly half line speed to make our way down. Next signal then is the end of the platform, so we're fine going into Tor. But is that you just from the noise, and that's a big part of train sim for me, is that noise that you get that just gives you that immersion. It's the feel. It's having these worn areas inside the cab where you can see someone's hands been there wearing away at the paintwork for years, where they're just coming on and off the throttle, and where it'd be worn here where they're coming on off the brake. It's just awesome. Right, so 30 limit coming up down here, so we will slow ourselves down, ready to come into Tor. A little bit late, but it doesn't matter. Scenery as nice as this, who's going to mind being a minute late? Nobody. Passengers aren't going to complain. And down, in we come. So there's the 30 limit. We can already see Torquay on the map as well. And in we come to Tor. We're about a minute late. Let our passengers on off. One thing I would love to see from Train Sim in the future is passengers boarding and disembarking as we get in other sims. It'd be awesome to actually see them wander on, sit down, and then wander off at the end rather than just disappear. Hopefully that's the future of Train Sim, just adding a whole other thing. Back in again. So we've got another yellow up here. Door shut. Guard still awake. So we're in a 30 limit currently with the yellow in front of us, so we're not going to go that quickly. But then we got a 40 coming up. So we get ourselves to around 20. And down into Torquay we come. Where again we're going to be about a minute late. So keep the speed down. Although we haven't got another signal between us and the end of the platform, so we know we're going to be fine. But we just keep it down. Before we then make the run down to Paignton. Imagine all these trains full of excited holiday makers, maybe with families making their first trip to the seaside with children and coming down to Torquay. An awesome journey. And what better way to arrive than on a pacer? And in we come. Into Torquay. It's just those noises. Yeah, I think the interior is a bit too modern for me. Not used to all this interior stuff. We have got a toilet on board though. That's in there. So, just in case. So yes, Torquay. Next stop then is our final stop then at Paignton. Really enjoyable journey so far. Thank you for coming along with me. Timeless penalty again. Not the highest points I've scored on this route. And off we go towards Paignton. 2 miles to go. We've still got the yellow, so we're not going to go at full speed. We'll enjoy the line along the way as well. It's that the wheels on the rails noise. It's just fantastic. I absolutely love it. There we go. There is the sea as we're coming along around to Paignton. Brilliant bit of the countryside. And as we approach, we come along the back of these groups of shops and down over the crossing, so across the high street and into the train station. So taking it nice and slow, enjoying the last bit of the journey in the awesome little Pacer. I just absolutely love this thing. It is fantastic. A little bit more speed maybe than that. I think 17's a little bit slow. We don't know what the signal's going to hold for us up here. I think slowing down hopefully will give them that delayed service in front of us chance to go ahead. Or get into the station at least. Along the coast we go. And it's yellow, so we're okay. We'll carry on at this pace then. But we do come down to 15 up here. So yes, don't forget to check out my other content. Plenty coming up in 2020. Train Sim will be a part of the channel, as well as stuff from OMSI, stuff from Fernbus, Taurus Bus, some flight in there. Trucking will make a return, and some random stuff as well on Random Sunday. Also do please check out the Discord server, a link to which I will of course leave in the description below. So down across the front, all the little beach huts. And then making our way in. Less than a mile to go. And our lovely journey coming to an end. As we approach Paignton. So slowing down, we've got a 15 limit coming up, so bring the speed off. Love those little noises. So got a car park and a shopping centre coming up here on our left as we make our way down towards that crossing on the high street. In fact, someone's taken the time to get this level of detailing. It is a nice long straight bit of track as you come down towards this part of Paignton. So bring our speed down. Still got that single yellow, so we have been chasing that delayed service in front of us. And here we come towards that footbridge and then the level crossing. Slow ourselves all the way down. And that junction does look like it is, and there is the high street, and we've got the historic steam railway. It says steam trains there, look. running at the other side of the line here. Fantastic. Absolutely love it. So we get ready to bring ourselves to a halt then here in Paignton. And there we go. Fantastic journey in a pacer coming to an end. We'll let the passengers get off the train. So Paignton, this is Paignton. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, you got the historic steam trains run from just over here down and continuing round through to Goodrington and down along the coast. That is a fantastic journey as well. Taking some steam down there. So it's really, really well done. Really do like the detail that goes into this. Hopefully that was not too much of a stressful run for you. You made good time despite being stuck behind a delayed service. Well done. And there we go. A little bit of speeding. Overall, though, not too bad. Not my best score on that route, 727. So there we are. We will end that there. Thanks very, very much for taking the journey with me. Hope you enjoyed the content. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. And yeah, check out other stuff from me. Until the next time then, if you have been, thanks very, very much for watching.